Chapter 4 of Confusion Burrow, United We Stand. Earth, a few minutes before. Megan walked through her backyard, pausing on occasion to look at the half-dismantled swing set here, the empty shed near a fence back there. She looked at the Rainbow Bridge, trying to envision the structure about would be built around it and for the embassy. Her musings were interrupted by the ringing of her cell phone. She pulled it out of a pocket and flipped it on. Hello? A muffled voice came through, soft, and apparently not directed at the receiver on the other end. Is this on? It is, Danielle. The voice grew stronger. Hello, Megan. Greetings from the other side of the Rainbow Bridge. Megan bit her lip and placed her hands over her mouth. Greetings, Celestia, she said, waving her arm about. She sighed and rolled her eyes. Letting you get the first phone in Equestria? You should be a lot more familiar with him than this, she said, another teasing creeping into her voice. Shouldn't Danielle have shown you how to use a phone properly? There was a bit of shuffling over the line before another voice came over the line. Sarah, Mel. It was Danielle's voice, her and Mike's older daughter, a part-time resident of Ponyville Public Library. I don't like Celestia for slowly spinning phone calls, so he kind of snazed it up and started messing with it. And hi, Mom. How's the movement going? Megan looked back at the house. We almost got everything in stores for the move. They'll dig the house up the day after the party and get it ready for transport. Mike is practically having kittens at the work involved. She stifled a chuckle before continuing. How are things in Ponyville? Anything changed since last time? There was a brief sigh. It's just so lonely right now. Cloud and her friends at our All Bot City down that tour. Spike staying with you. Tracy left yesterday morning for a performance in Flare Valley. Big Mac and Apple Bloom are doubling down at Slee Apple Acres when Mac's out pounding over Fluttershy. There was another pause. He asked me to say hi to Fluttershy for him. Could you relay the message? Megan snored, her shoulders heaving. I will. Could you put Celestia back on, please? There was a shuffling over the line. Megan waited a moment before speaking. Lunch today? Celestia's voice came over. Yes, please. Busybody's speech in the Senate chambers almost put me to sleep. I dearly love him, and he's really good at his job. But sweet herd is he boring. He's like Wind Whistler, well, the fun removed. Megan's jaw worked a bit. Is that even possible? She held up my hand and waved it. A bit more a habit than anything else. Never mind. Coming to get mine? The entrance of the Rainbow Bridge suddenly exploded. A blinding flare of light expanding from it, growing into a large spear. It ruptured, a snow-white alicorn emerging, spreading her wings out and touching down to the grass. Behind her, the spear formed into a swirling vortex, exiting the hole and floating in midair. A crystalline web grew over the vortex, slowly expanding over the solidified rainbow, trailing down from the hole, while a second web formed over the hole itself, sealing it shut. The alicorn regarded Megan and smiled. Fear not, Megan Richards, she declared. I have come to save you from yourself, from your current human body, and reliance on technology and science. Her horn glowed silently. A beacon of rainbow-colored liquid popped into existence. Please, accept my gift, my new friend. Megan stumbled back and shocked, barely keeping her balance, dropping her cell phone to the ground. She looked up at the alicorn, and what appeared to be Celestia. From the ethereal mane and tail, to her majestic wings, to her sun-shaped cutie mark. She focused on the face, knowing the smile not quite reaching Celestia's eyes. What are you talking about? She glanced at the alicorn's side and the flying beaker. Celestia? Are you alright? She placed her hands on her hips and leaned forward. What's going on? She asked, eyes narrowing. Megan, what's going on? We heard something. I'm coming over! The phone suddenly shook, exploding into tiny fragments of plastic and metal. Equestria, over the Rainbow Bridge. Celestia's head whipped around, eyes traveling up the hole hanging up in the sky, at the edge of the Everfree Forest. Sam and Danielle stood in a field, construction materials piled high, earth-moving equipment lined up in a row, close to 30 construction workers scattered about. She could see little the other side of the hole from where she stood. I'll be right back, she said, the cell phone hovering beside her, floating down to Danielle. Celestia's body glowed, sinking into a large spear of white energy. flew up to the hole, entering it, but quickly flying back out. The spear reformed to Celestia, eyes wide and legs kicking at the air. She flew forward, forelegs straight out. He entered the hole, but stopped at the knee. Her wings flapped, kicking up winds. Forelegs kick, sending out large studs that reverberated throughout the land, shaking the ground. Several of the construction workers gathered around Danielle, looking at Celestia as increasingly frantic kicks.
Miss Richards, what's going on?
One asked. Danielle shook her head, eyes locked on Celestia. I have no idea. She slipped her phone to her coat pocket before cupping her hands around her mouth, shouting, Celestia! Celestia withdrew her hose, body heaved slightly for panting. It's blocked! She sighed. She looked down, eyes wild. Rainbow Bridge is blocked! There's something there. Human workers all looked around. Murmurs growing in volume.
What can we do?
Celestia kicked to the air, nickering slightly. I don't know. She whinnied, wings flapping. She floated right up to the hole, eyes narrowing and neck craning. I think I can see something. She stopped a few inches away. I can see... Megan? She's there! Danielle craned her neck. Mol's there? What's going on with her? She stepped around the workers, walking right to the hole. What's going on with Mo? Something's blocking the Rainbow Bridge, the Alcorn replied. After a minute, Celestia stuck her head fully into the hole, mane fluttering beneath her neck. Something's there with her. Celestia's body suddenly flew back, tumbling through the air. The humans and ponies below stared up at her before several Pegasi leaped into the air, flying after her. But Celestia quickly righted herself, sprang out her wings and slowly to a stop. I'm all right, she called out. The Pegasi slowed to a halt.
Your Majesty,
one of them called out, reflexively bowing to her.
Is there anything we could do?
The Alcorn floating out there, eyes out of focus. She slowly regained her senses and shook her head. No, but thank you anyway. She flew down, landing on the dirt below and folding her wings against her body. She visibly stiffened, limbs straightening and all emotion draining from her face. I must be strong, whispered. All those in the field crowded around her. I will not lie to you, she said, looking at the human standing near. There is something blocking the Rainbow Bridge. It's still there, but a barrier surrounds Earth. She held a foreleg as some of them raised their hands. It's all the information I have on the moment. I'm sorry. She looked back at the black-coated Pegasus, one of the ones who tried to help her. Thunderlane, I need you to go to Ponyville, please, and inform Mayor Mare of the situation. At his nod, she looked back at the humans. I swear to you, I'll do everything in my power to reopen the Rainbow Bridge. But for now, I'll see to it that appropriate accommodations are made in Ponyville for you. She bowed her head. I apologize for not being able to do anything else. And with that, she turned, trying down the dirt road that led in the direction of Canterlot. Danielle broke into a run, circling around the workers and other obstacles, waving her arms. Celestia! Celestia! She sighed, increasing her gait. She caught up the Alcorn a few dozen feet down the road, in a forested section. What the hell's going on? Her breath quickened, then to her certain. There's some sort of barrier blocking the Rainbow Bridge, and Mom's there was something. What tossed you like that? She circled around Celestia's front, holding her arms up away from him about. Come on, Damon! This is... Her voice trailed off as she stood mere inches from Celestia's muzzle. Tears streamed down flushed cheeks. Celestia's barrel heaved. I can't do anything, she confessed. I made contact with what was Megan. She leaned down her head and bringing her muzzle to Danielle's ear. It was me, Danielle. Danielle leaned back. Well, the Alcorn cantered back slightly, giving Danielle more room. Or some version of me, she continued. She circled around, was making small craters in the dirt. I saw her standing there. She looked over her shoulder at me, and I felt power in her. She looked at the Caroline in the distance, hanging out the side of Mount Elopus. I can't do anything alone. I need Luna, possibly Cadus as well. But right now, I can't breach the barrier over the Rainbow Bridge. I'm sorry, she whispered. You know, I feel like this is a good counterpoint to all those times other faiths have shown Celestia to be some sort of big overbearing god, where it actually shows Celestia with emotions. Thank you, RK! Daniel stood there, hands clenched. Mom's over there with some other Yale? Her Her body shuddered. Wrapped one arm around her torso and wiped her eyes with her free hand. Shoulders heaved as she stomped the ground. "And I can't do a damn thing here!" she said, arms were in the air, brought back to her sides, tingling loosely. "I'm not a hero, actually is." Celestia's mane began to flame once more. "No, Danielle, you're not a hero like Megan." She waved for Danielle's head to lift before continuing. "You're a hero like yourself. Or shall I remind you of all the things you've done over the past year?" She held a foreleg and waved up the young woman. "Not like we've got time for reminiscing," she said, a ghost of a smile on her muscle. Her expression hardened. "We can't lose our heads, Danielle. As much as I'd like to, and as good as it felt earlier. Right now, we have to both focus on breaching the barrier and rescuing Megan." Danielle leaned to her and laughed, looking past Celestia and down the road. "But what if—" She waved her hands about, voice failing. Celestia reached out with her leg and patted Danielle on the shoulder. "She's all right, Danielle. I can feel it. Yeah. She has no intentions of killing Megan, and Megan's been in far worse situations." She looked over Danielle's shoulder. "Down the road, but we still have to hurry." "Okay," Danielle said. She paused. Wait. The outcourse congregated glowed, spreading out from her chest and surrounding a burial. Withers and back from the saddle. She knelt and spread out a wing. "Yes, we. Now come on!" Danielle smiled. She grabbed the saddle's pommel, slid her toes to her stirrup and slid over, landing in the seat. Celestia reared up, spreading her wings and launching herself into the air, setting out a direct course for Canterlot. Earth, a few minutes before. Megan's eyes hardened at her cell phone's instruction. "You're not Celestia. I have no clue what's going on, but you're not Celestia." She stepped forward, fist clenched. "Who are you? What did you do, my friend?" "The other," Celestia regarded her. "I merely blocked her from interfering. And I am Celestia." She glanced over her shoulder at the sealed rainbow bridge. "Your other Celestia will not be showing up, I'm afraid." Her horn glowed and the beaker floated towards Megan. "And with you, the purification of humanity begins." Oh, you guys are probably wondering why I'm using a slightly creepier version of my Celestia voice instead of Dawnbreaker or the Ludiverse Celestia. Simple. She sees herself as a more pure version of Celestia than the one in this fic. So it makes much more sense for Celestia to be a more evil version of herself. Megan's eyes locked into the beaker. "The ponification of humanity." She looked at Celestia. Okay, not falling away from me," she shouted, holding up her hands. Celestia shook her head. "It's so rare for humans to see when something better comes along." She folded the beaker back to her side. "Tell me, Megan, do you long for a day of no pain, of no conflict or hatred? Do you wish all of humanity to unite as one?" She tilted the beaker from side to side. "I can help you with that. I want to help you, to lift you away from all this, and grant you and all of humanity a better future." Megan's eyes moved to the beaker, then back to this Celestia. "Well, thanks, but humanity's pretty good right now. We're not perfect, but we're getting better." Celestia snorted. "Better is a relative term, my dear Megan. Your species is still divided along political lines. There are still wars between nations. You're over-reliant on technology." The last word was virtually spat out, her muzzle contorting. "With this potion, I can cure you of all your ills. All you have to do is drink it." Pause. Megan slowly shook her head. "Like you, but no. I'll never solve my problems the easy way. Well, almost never," she corrected, a brief smile flashing over her mouth. "But no, the struggle is best for me. It's best for humanity. We'll all overcome our own problems without some magic potion, thank you." She spread her arms. "Listen, I'm sure you got the best of chances, but this really isn't for us. Please, take down whatever it is you got over the Rainbow Bridge. I'm not afraid to fail there." Alcor's eyes narrowed. "This is for your own good, Megan Richards. Not just for you, but for your entire species. She sighed. I must remember how difficult it is for one to see one's own faults. Lesser ones must be guided to the right directions. Her expression softened as she smiled. Please remember, I do this for your benefit, Megan. You'll soon thank me. Megan's body suddenly twitched. Her shoulders jerked back, but her limbs refused to move. She rose to the air, stopping where her own head was level with Celestia's. Her head jerked away from the beaker, but slowly turned back and her mouth was telekinetically forced open. Her head twitched as the beaker floated up to her mouth, tilting over and spilling the rainbow-colored contents into her mouth. She sloshing around a bit, but every draught was forced down. Celestia let out a sigh. I thought this court has proven wrong, she said, and another version of humanity is given the gift to ponykind. She lowered her coughing and sputtering Megan back to the grass. In a few seconds, you'll form a life as a huge dream. She lay down. I wonder what you'll be. A Pegasus. A unicorn. Maybe an... Megan threw her head back. Letting out an ear-piercing scream. She dropped to her knees, leaning forward, wrapping her arms around her stomach. She sighed, rolling around, still screaming in incoherent pain. You know, again, what's about to happen to her is that question I still have to ask about the whole entire freaking potion. Celestia stepped back, wings flaring out. What the feather? She exclaimed. Her head whipped around, made flaring around behind her head. Why are you in pain? No new foe has ever done this before. What is going... Megan, by now, I rolled onto all fours. She leaned back and held up her hands. Fingers began fusing together, a wall forming over them. What? Her arms spasmed, bones reshaping themselves. Her entire body began growing, her skin changing to a dull orange, even as her part and her shoes split. Her lower legs swung forward, and a sickening crunch shouting out. Leslie's eyes became the size of dinner plates. What's going on with you? New fools don't grow. Why are you growing? Megan's voice elongated. Her eyes widened even as they looked down at her new muzzle. Her cries of pain had ceased, and replaced by panting. She held out what was once a forearm, was now a foreleg. Looking over the hoof, the knee and elbow, skin bulged near her croup, bursting out with a blizzard of feathers into wings. Celestia snored. A Pegasus. Very well. A rather large one, but all right. The wings have furled, filling feathers along the primary covers, but a thin, shining, translucent membrane where the secondary covers would be, growing in the sun. A tail sprouted, swishing about. Tiny scales formed along her forelegs, right above her fetlocks. Her eyes crossed again, this time looking up as a long, spiraling horn sprouted from her forehead. A low moan escaped her lips as her eyes spun. Her flanks lit up, sparkling as the image of a rainbow against the black background appeared. After a full 2 minutes, Megan stood on four hoofs, his head ducking low as a long, glowing mane of gold trailed behind. She blinked and slowly raised her head. What did you do to me? Her head shot up and eyes glowed. Answer me! She sighed, the ground rocking slightly. Celestia's right eye twitched, but she met Megan's glare. I improved you, far beyond what I even thought was possible. She swallowed. An alicorn, representing Earth Pony, Pegasus, Unicorn, Leather, and Sea Pony, with a cutie mark. Neither thing should be possible, let alone. Hey, Micah, you gave us Grand Ruler who was a tricorn. Why didn't you make it an omnicorn? Oh, that's right. Earth Pony racism. Megan's lips curled back. I've been defying the owls since I was about 13, Celestia. Do you think? She suddenly groaned, head swinging back and forth. Are you? Her eyes widened, turning glassy. The Celestia's eyes turned all white. The potion flows through you, she intoned, voice echoing, I control the potion. Therefore, I control you. A little chuckle came from her lips. Equestria is still saved. And Discord is still wrong. Now come to me, Megan Richards. Or perhaps Rainstorm. Pism. She waved the foreleg at Megan. Come to me. And take your place by my side as we both save humanity from itself. Megan tried forward. Her head hung low and mane and tail hung limp. She turned to her left as she approached Celestia, swinging around, standing by the white alicorn. Princess Celestia? Megan's head shot up. Her eyes regained focus as Michelle Richards entered her backyard. A bag slung across her shoulder, a wide-eyed expression on her younger daughter's face. No, she spoke, the word clear as crystal. Celestia cantered to the side, horn glowing. What? She exclaimed. She looked to Michelle, and another file of pulsing appeared. Of course, your daughter. With her by your side as another. A rippling pulse of telekinesis slanted to Celestia's flank, throwing her to a shed and leveling it. Megan was suddenly by Michelle's side. Steel was flowing up around her. Megan dipped her head and looked into the young girl's eyes. Bubble, squeak, and come into call, she said. Michelle's mouth dropped. Mommy? She said, recognizing the code both parents had taught her. How did you become a pony? What's Princess Celestia doing? Megan leaned her head forward and gently brushed her muscle against Michelle's cheek. It's not Celestia, honey. I don't know who she really is, but it's not Celestia. Don't worry. Out of the remnants of the shed exploded, sending out shrapnel that ricocheted off of Megan's shield, leaving a glowing Celestia standing there. You will not defy me! She shouted, and silver tail began flickering, plus the smoke coming from them. She slowly extricated herself out of the wreckage, every step igniting the grass. White hot light blazed from her eyes and horn wreathed in energy. I am Celestia, and you shall not! Megan and Michelle were suddenly enveloped in a spear of violet light. When it faded, he had vanished, leaving Celestia there. Leave. Her nostrils flared as she dug a hoof into the ground, digging up nearly a half a foot of dirt. The otherworldly glow around her faded as she took several breaths. I must remain calm, for every pony's sake. She looked back to the barrier and the portal that led to New Equestria. She narrowed her eyes in concentration as it began to slowly grow, the barrier pretending it also inching forward. The crystalline web touched several bits of debris from the shed and swing set. Every bit touched by the barrier turned to vapor, disagreeing with its advancement. Celestia looked upon it, not in satisfaction as her work began. Spike stared up at the rather large piece of construction equipment, a yellow bulldozer. His eyes widened as he stepped up to it. He wore the modified hard hat, with a gap on top for his scales to poke out of. He looked up at his companion, Mike Richards, Megan's husband. The two were standing in a field, a large pit a few meters away, and various other pieces of construction equipment and supplies there as well. Aside from the materials there, they were alone. So, you know how to work this thing? He asked, swinging his claws at it. Mike nodded. It's what I usually operate sets. He turned most of the pit. We'll get the foundation poured and set. Utilities will be made ready too. Looked down at Spike. I'm glad we're moving the old house instead of building a new one. Megan and I raised our kids there, even though I never could get one, he said, winking. Anything Spike might have said was cut off as a violet sphere of light appeared next to them. It faded, leaving behind Michelle and an alicorn. The alicorn stumbled a bit, close tripping over themselves. Each step left a small hole in the dirt. Kids! Get it out! My hand! She said, finally steadying herself. She looked around, focusing on Mike. Mac? Mike grabbed Michelle. Michelle pulled her over, stepping in front of Spike. Who are you? What are you doing with my daughter? He barked out. Michelle looked up at her father. Daddy, it's Mama. Sounds like he to her, dirt to her with an alicorn. It's feeling Mama, Daddy. Mike's eyes narrowed. That dies with Megan. Hers tight. Those eyes. Oh, gold. He stepped forward, his free hand gently pressing Megan's face. He looked her over at her hose, scale, wings, and tail. What happened? Megan finally looked away. At her heel smack. There's some mockery of Celestia there. No disagreements there. She's like, she forced some damn poison or something down my throat, and I just changed into this. She lowered her head and closed her eyes. God, it's the most painful thing I've ever been through. She's talking about aiding humanity and turning us all to police because we're chaotic and disorderly and evil. Mike wrapped his arms around Megan's neck, hugging her tightly. Megan suddenly leaned into the hug, eyes closed. The two stood there for a moment, simply glad the other was there. Spike crossed his arms and shook his head. This is nuts. Another Celestia? What, it doesn't like humans? I don't get it. What's so bad about humans? Megan opened her eyes and gently pulled away from Spike. I don't know, Spike. We're not perfect, by any stretch of imagination. I have no idea what this other Celestia hates about us, so. She let her groan. No! Get out! Her wings flapped as he leaned to her left. She's in my mind, though. She screwed her eyes shut. Get out! Mike grabbed Megan's hand and straightened it. Megan, I don't know, but you have to fight it. You can fight. We're here for you. Spike waved his stubby arms around. Yeah, come on! You're the matinee, Megan! No two-bit Celestia imposter can stop you. Glanced Michelle, right? Michelle's head bobbed up and down. That's that. She looked to her mother. Right? Megan's eyes closed once more. No. There's a flash of violet light, and all four vanished. Autobot City. Reception toddled about his laboratory, moving from several large computer consoles to a large table in the center of the room. He looked down at the table and Twilight Sparkle sitting next to a large, free-flowing hologram of mathematical equations written both in English and Cybertronian. So you see, Miss Sparkle, by utilizing four-dimensional computations and subspace scanning, we are able to accurately assess the motion and position of particles, bypassing the uncertainty principle, and allow us to shift portions of our mass into a subspace pocket for transformation. Twilight's eyes darted back and forth as she took into flowing blue numbers, letters, and symbols. She began hopping about. Of course! Of course! She threw her foreleg into the air. It all makes sense, Perceptor! One of the consoles began chiming. The monitor flaring to life. Text scrolled down one side, and the image of a swirling vortex appeared on the other. Perceptor walked over to it, object sensors brightening. He rubbed his chin and thought. That's odd. He looked back to Twilight Sparkle. Twilight! Incoming unicorn-powered maltransference. Unicorn cocked her head to the side. Some ponies teleporting in? Her head darted about. Who? Where? She looked at Perceptor and cocked her head to the side. Wait, you know how to detect teleportation? Of course. It's rather simple when you know what energy waveforms to look for. He turned the hand down to the table, just as a flash next to Twilight Sparkle held the arrival of Mike, Michelle, Spike, and Megan. He leaned down, moving over the newly arrived quartet. A full Valacon. That is most unusual. Somebody's gonna have to make it. Not as unusual as you think, Perceptor. Number 4 is about to come right next to you. His jaw dropped. Wait, what? I just... Her right eye twitched slightly as he tried to around the group. What the hey? She stopped looking over at Megan. You're... Who are you? She looked over at Megan's cutie mark, then to her mane. She leaned her head in, forcing Megan to lean her back. Are you Kay's sister? She looked to Mike, standing next to the unicorn. Mike? Mike looked down at Twilight, massaged his forehead. Twilight, this is Megan. He looked to his wife. I'm not sure what happened. She just waked into existence with Michelle, then teleported us all here. He swallowed. Something changed her. Not sure what exactly. He reached up and gently stroked her mane. But it is Megan. Megan nodded. Thanks, Mike. She looked down at Twilight. Twilight, you had to listen. Wait, you're Megan? How does it happen? Was it some sort of transmutation with magic? Machines, some sort of combination? Twilight sparkled right her chin. Did? Megan's wings unfurled, lit up. Mike! Twilight! Please! She half shouted, sending Unicorn tumbling back. Her cheeks colored. Sorry. Still getting used to this a bit. She held up a foreleg and looked it over. At least I can even walk out of my hand! She screamed back and screwing her eyes shut. She stumbled back. Sorry, Twilight. Long story short, There's some evil force of Celestia at our house. From some other Equestria. She's blocked out the Rainbow Bridge. Oh, God, the hell. Her brazy turned around. She's still on the other side. Oh, my God, I don't even know how she is. Tears fell from her eyes and her entire body shuddered. Mike wrapped his arms around Megan's neck and
She'll be alright. She's our daughter, after all.
Megan leaned into it and continued. This other Celestia, Twilight. She wants us to do the same thing to all Earth and humans. We're disorganized, chaotic, according to her. She pities us. She motioned her head with a huff, and I can hear her in my mind. She wants me to follow her. She wants everyone to follow her. She suddenly pulled away from Mike's grasp. I need to go. Now! Michelle swallowed, blinking his realization happened. Nana, you gonna be alright? Can we help you? Megan leaned her head down, leaning her head against Michelle's cheek. I love you, Michelle. I just have to leave for a bit to sort myself out. You'll be safe here. She looked at Twilight Sparkle. I know how crazy this sounds, but I swear it's true, Twilight. She's insane. She looked at the Preceptor. Contact the President. We gotta get everyone away from my house. She'll turn them all to ponies and control their minds. The Preceptor nodded. He looked at Twilight Sparkle, who had a confused expression on her face. Twilight, the possible encountered alternate quantum realities before. Our own Cliffjumper has been to one, if you'll excuse me. He turned, walking up to a wall-mounted monitor. Megan shook her head. His raised a grin smile. Someone has had to have seen something by now. She wasn't exactly the member of Master solely. She let out a groan. Ugh, I have to go, now! She turned her head to Mike, tears in her eyes. I love you. And I'm sorry, but if I stay here, there's every possibility the other Celestial will make me do things. She sat back on her haunches, wrapped her wings around her head. No, I won't do that! I won't hurt my... She suddenly rose her eyes glassy. I must save humanity. Her head jerked to her side. Eyes on Michelle stood there, her lip wobbling and fist clenched to her side. Must save my family, friends from you! Receptor turned to the table. Full combo has been alerted, but it'll be some time before they can get anywhere. It'll take upwards of an hour for them to mobilize. Most of the holograms still floating with one hand, adaptive control pad with the other. Faces fade to be replaced by an overhead shot of crystalline dome covering a plot of land and eating into two adjacent houses. This is a direct feed from Sky Spy satellite in orbit. He says everyone turned to look. Celestia floated above the dome, wings spread on a pillar of energy. Below was a scene of chaos as people fled on foot. Cars are on bicycles. Police officers were on the scene, most directing refugees as they fled their homes while others took up position around the dome. Police cars and vans drove up and down the streets while a pair of police officers flew about. Mike shook his head. My God, she's serious. Spike rubbed his eyes. If I hadn't seen it myself, she's nuts! Crossed his arms. But she's not Celestia. Twilight Sparkle floated up to the image. She raised the forelight to Celestia. I didn't want to believe you, but that is Celestia. Or some other version of her. She turned around and looked up at Megan. But how? Why? Michelle and Spike simply wrapped their arms around Twilight's neck. Unicorn leaned into the embraces, sighing. Celestia's head shot back. She looked straight up. Right to the camera. Her eyes narrowed. Megan's entire body trembled as she stumbled back. No! No! She grabbed her teeth and twisted her hooves, digging into the steel table. She looked to Mike, then to Michelle, Twilight, and Spike. Horn flared as she disappeared. Michelle broke the embrace, running to where her mother stood. No! She yelled, looking at her hands. Her shoulders heaved as she dropped to her knees, crying, I want to bite, Daddy. She sobbed out. What can you bite to? Why's she doing this? Mike dropped to his knees and wrapped his arms around her younger daughter, hugging her.
We'll get her back, Michelle. We will.
Twilight Sparkle's eyes narrowed. Spike, stand back. I had to go get every pony else. Spike's arms dropped to the side.
Wait, what?
Looked at Twilight Sparkle as her horn lit up. Twilight, can you use... The unicorn suddenly vanished as he teleported. The intercom. Spike stared at the spot where his big sister stood a moment ago. Everybody leaned forward. I hate it when she does that. The Central looked to Mike and Michelle. I shall contact Lieutenant Commander Hernandez and make arrangements for you to stay here, Mr. Essex. Mike started up and looked at him.
Thanks.
Went to the table. Bark and left her escaping him.
Master's wondering why the guards aren't here already.
Waved a hand around.
Does he have cameras or security system?
Professor chuckled. The lab does, but I control it. Unless I specifically set off an alert on the capacity in any way, it does not activate it. Saves on paperwork. Michelle looked at the hologram of the image of Celestia, still staring up the camera. She quickly looked away, shuddering at the image. Spike took her hand.
Don't worry, Michelle. Once Twilight gets the others together, they'll find a way to help out Megan and stop this imposter.
He paused. I think. I hope.